everyone. Welcome back to the Hot Girls on Hockey podcast. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, this is the show where we talk about all things hockey, the what to knows, the who to knows, and everything in between. And thank you guys so much for letting me skip last week. If you don't know, there was no new episode last week because I was on vacation in Hawaii. Why am I bringing this up? Well, I got very sunburnt in Hawaii. Mostly like my nose and really just like the front of my body. It's a lot better now, but if you are watching the video version of this and you see my nose looks a little red or like my makeup looks a little patchy, mind your business. And also, I know I'm taking all this off as soon as I finish filming and everything, because I literally like just having makeup on me does not feel the best right now. But I wanted to look pretty on camera. What can I say? Which means nothing to you if you listen on Spotify. But yeah, thank you for letting me skip last week. I am so incredibly happy because the date I'm filming this, it is September 21st. And preseason hockey starts today. I'm so fucking excited. Oh, like my serotonin levels are through the fucking roof right now. It is just so exciting knowing that I get to watch new hockey tonight. I did watch the rookie face-off for Sharks against Anaheim and then against LA. Slay, love it. My boy, I know he's going by his Chinese name, but I want to get down pronunciation before I say it. So Simon Wang. I do have to say, my guy, watch those skates when you go down on a fight, okay? You're just whacking them around. You could hit a ref. Other than that, Michael Misa did amazingly. Quentin Musty did really good too. Same with Sam Dickinson. All did really, really, really great jobs. Loved watching those games. It was really nice watching some new hockey. But yeah, and other than that, yeah, preseason games start, and I'm feeling very happy about that. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is going to be about Patrick Kane. It's a player profile. He is someone who is currently in the NHL. He's still playing right now. And he, just kind of like Sid Crosby and Ovechkin, is a player who a lot of younger, newer faces in the NHL kind of, if they're asked who their favorite player is or who's a player that they look up to or it's on their bucket list to meet, one of them is Patrick Kane, because he is such a phenomenal player. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the episode. I do not have my non-branded black cherry hard seltzer because I literally just got back from vacation yesterday and I have not gone grocery shopping and gotten anything yet. I probably will go get one or buy more or whatever while I'm editing this episode. But for right now, I just have my Stanley with water in it. It's like right in front of me out of the camera shot if you're watching this on YouTube. But yeah, so no cheers. Let's just get into it. Oh, actually, I do want to mention, if you're watching the video version of this, you're probably noticing the new piece of decor that is on the wall to my, well, I guess where I'm sitting, it's to my left, but from while you're watching me, I think it's to my right. Regardless, I got a cute little not PR package. It was a Sharks 365, which is the season ticket holding program for the San Jose Sharks. I got a little box from them, as well as all the other season ticket holders too, I'm assuming. And it had a bunch of cute little gifts in there. It had some little pins. I put some on my lanyard because I use a Sharks lanyard for my keys. It had a little commemorative ticket, which I do have up here on my little bookshelf. It says the future is teal on the back of it. It says like celebrating 35 years because this is the Sharks 30, well, I think it's like 2026 is the 35th year of them being a team. But I got those as well as this little piece of art above me. It is I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's a frame that on one side has a picture of Macklin with his very first NHL goal puck, and then Will with his very first NHL goal puck. It's like pictures of them. And then what's cool is that underneath it are little framed pieces of the net from that game, like from the respective games. It's super, super cool. I was so excited opening it up. It was kind of a hassle getting it out of my mailbox because it's such a large box. I have it in my closet. It just has like Macklin and Will on it. I'm like, boys, hi. But yeah, it was very, very cool to get that package. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. But okay, let's get into today's episode. So Patrick Timothy Kane II is an American-born hockey player. He was born November 18th, 1988 in Buffalo, New York, here in the United States of America. He had a very large interest in hockey from a very early age because, you know, growing up in Buffalo, his dad was also a hockey fan. And so he had season tickets for the Buffalo Sabres for the family, and he would always, you know, take his kids to go watch games, including Patrick. So he developed a love for the game at a very early age. He played lots of sports growing up, like baseball, soccer, lacrosse, etc. But he started playing hockey when he was 7 years old, and hockey was just the one that kind of like stuck. It's the one that he, I guess, decided to continue on with and try to pursue, you know, more seriously. And growing up, he would play in various hockey clubs like the Buffalo Saints, Honey Baked, etc. And then it was at age 15 when he was drafted by the OHL in their 2004 draft. And he was drafted because originally the London Knights, which is an OHL team, wanted him to play for them, but he ended up not playing for the OHL. He ended up going and playing for the United States National Team Development Program, which is a program that helps players with their technical skills by playing games and everything like that and working with trainers. And this is what really helped him focus on improving himself both in hockey and improving his body physically. He said before that the program helps you learn, obviously, technical skills with hockey, but also listening to your body and how to read other players well, and use your body to your advantage. So he credits this program a lot to how his current playing and how his playing throughout his career has, you know, helped him achieve success. And then, yeah, he would eventually go and play for the London Knights starting in the 06 and 07 season. But now it is time for the 2007 NHL entry draft, and Patrick Kane was selected first overall by the Chicago Blackhawks. And Kane, you know, like a lot of overall picks, like first overall was that he was just that girl. And other teams were like offering Chicago trades, like, we'll like, can we get him for this year's overall pick or whatever? Like, they just wanted him on their teams, and Chicago was like, go away, no, like, we got him. And so he stuck with the Chicago Blackhawks, to say the least, and he officially signed to the team with a 3-year entry-level contract in July of 2007, right before the 07 and 08 NHL season. He would make his NHL debut in a game against the Minnesota Wild on October 4th, 2007, and then right off the bat was killing it as a rookie. No surprise there. I feel like that's par for the course for a lot of first overalls, is no matter if the team that they're going to is like bottom of the league, not a very good team, their rookie season will always be like a standout, and it'll always be, well, I say always, it's not always, but for the most part, it'll be, you know, really good. And he was even named Rookie of the Month in November of 2007. So literally his second month being in the NHL, Rookie of the Month. Love that. We love to hear it. And he would end his first season with the Blackhawks with 72 points. He also received the Rookie of the Year award, or the Calder Memorial Trophy, in June of 2008. So, okay. Slay rookie season. We love it. We love it. And the next season, which is the 2008 to 2009, would have him play in his first rounds of playoffs. So we saw playoffs for the first time, only his second season as a player. And the 2009 playoffs also saw him achieve his very first career hat trick, which, if you don't know what a hat trick is, it's scoring 3 goals in a game. And that year they would get to the conference finals, the Blackhawks would, but they would lose to Detroit. But you know what? To be only in your second year in the NHL, or I guess second season in the NHL, really, really good accomplishment, and something that any player would be proud of and brag about. And then right kind of at the start of the 2009 to 2010 season, in December of 2009, he did sign a contract extension with Chicago, for keeping him there for another 5 years. So they really saw so much potential in him, obviously, from how well his rookie season went, and then getting to the playoffs in the next season. And they were like, we want to keep him. So they made sure to lock him down at least for another 5 years at this point. And then this next season, the 2009-2010, we're still in this one where he signed his contract extension. They meaning the Chicago Blackhawks, they got to the 2010 Stanley Cup playoffs, and then they got to the 2010 Stanley Cup finals against the Philadelphia Flyers, where Patrick Kane shot the winning goal in Game 6 overtime and won Chicago a Stanley Cup. This man, oh my gosh. To put this in perspective, the team hadn't won a cup in 49 years. As a 4 and 9. So this was a big fucking deal, especially for such a young player to, I mean, obviously a team wins the cup. It's not just one person, but to have someone so young in their NHL career shoot the winning goal for the cup, it was like crazy, insane. And also just the whole fact of getting a cup in only your 3rd season of playing in the NHL. Such a huge accomplishment for Patrick Kane. So now, riding on the high of winning last season, we go into the 2010 to 2011, and he did get injured. He got like an ankle sprain, so he made him miss about like 9 or 10 games. It wasn't like a huge thing. He was only out for a couple of games, but it did not slow down his role at all, because career-wise, he was still slaying, and he was actually in 2011 made alternate captain of the 2011 NHL All-Star team, which, if you don't know what the NHL All-Star is, it's pretty much, I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like the best of NHL like players playing against each other. Think of it like 4 Nations, but different. It's really hard to explain. I can do a whole episode on all the different competitions like that, like 4 Nations, NHL All-Star, juniors, world, stuff like that, if you want me to. But he was named alternate captain of the 2011 NHL All-Star team. And the Blackhawks, they literally just made it to the 2011 Stanley Cup playoffs. But, they did make it, but they did lose in the first round. So not a repeat of last year's, but that's okay. And then the 2011-2012 season was like kind of mid. It ended with mid points, and the 2012 playoffs were mid because, again, they like got knocked out in the first round. So nothing too exciting, at least on the team or in Patrick's case. Like, he was doing great, but just the team just wasn't it that year. And now it's our favorite time of any team deep dive or player profile where I talk about lockout seasons. Yay! If you don't remember, there have been a couple of lockout seasons in the NHL. And so this following season, the 2012 to 2013, was one of them. And around this time, it was when like a lot of players were obviously not playing in NHL games, so they would sign on to go and like play overseas, which is what Patrick Kane did. He went and played overseas for a couple of Swiss hockey clubs over in Europe, while the NHL and the Players Association, got their shit settled. And then once the lockout season ended in January of 2013, he would come back and resume playing in Chicago. But this lockout season wouldn't hinder Chicago's chance and in term like Patrick's chance of winning another cup, because then in the 2013 playoffs against Boston, they won the 2013 Stanley Cup, and Patrick Kane was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy. I mentioned Conn Smythe a little bit in my last episode about the New York Rangers, because he was supposed to be the one to Conn Smythe was supposed to be the one to like put together the Rangers teams initially, but then like it didn't end up happening. But he's a huge figure in hockey, and this cup is or I guess this trophy is like the pretty much goes to the MVP of that year's Stanley Cup playoffs, and regardless of whichever team wins, it can go to either one, and then for this year it went to Patrick Kane. The next season for Patrick wouldn't be a very fruitful one. He played about 80% of the 2013 and 2014 season until he was taken out for a leg injury, and it put him out until the 2014 playoffs, which they would not win, but they were just happy to get him back for the playoffs, I bet, at that point. 2014 was also the year when he got his next contract extension with Chicago, keeping him there for at least another 8 years. And he did face another injury in the 2014-2015 season, which obviously is terrible, but he really pushed through his recovery and was able to recover in time for the 2015 playoffs, where, again, they killed it and they won against Tampa Bay, winning the 2015 Stanley Cup. So really good job. Love that he was able to recover enough to take his team to their next cup. Love that. And then career-wise, in 2016, he was named captain of the Central Division's 2016 NHL All-Star team. He would end the 2015 and 2016 season winning both the Art Ross and the Hart Memorial trophies, respectively. And he would also win the Ted Lindsay Award, which is the NHL's most outstanding player award. Winning these is a huge accomplishment to any NHL player. Like, obviously winning a cup is great, but winning Conn Smythe, winning the Hart Memorial, winning the Ted Lindsay, or like when you're a rookie winning the Calder Memorial, it's a very huge accomplishment for these players. And so the rest of the 2010s, so 2016 to 2019, would see Patrick Kane, achieving tons of career goals and achievements, continuously being named to NHL All-Star teams, seeing different playoffs, but not winning for the rest of the 2010s, but seeing playoffs and everything, and just, reaching his career goals and thriving pretty much. So now let's rewind a little bit back to 2014, when I mentioned he had signed an 8-year contract extension. Well, now it is the 2021 to 2022 season, and it's now time to go back and look at his contract and negotiate things. People were really questioning if he was going to stay with Chicago, and he had said, I would love to, retire with just playing on the same team. And he, loved playing in Chicago and everything. But come February of 2023 was when Patrick Kane officially ends his 16-year relationship with the Chicago Blackhawks when he was traded to the New York Rangers. Now, he didn't play with the Rangers for a full season. He was traded in February of 23, but then later in November of 2023 was when he ended up signing a 1-year contract with the Detroit Red Wings. So he barely played with the Rangers. And then he signed his contract with the Detroit Red Wings, which is the team that he is currently on. And this year, 2025, he signed another year contract with Detroit, keeping him until at least next year. So he will be playing with Detroit at least for the 2025 and 2026 season. So that is where we are at today. I just want to now go into Patrick Kane's kind of like legacy. I guess not legacy, but like some just more personal things about him, not just about his career. So as I've said before, him as well as, Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, Wayne Gretzky is among the list of players that are listed by, younger players as being their role model, someone that they look up to, that career-wise they want to try and mimic. And he, along with that, is considered one of just the best NHL players of all time, as well as one of the best American-born NHL players. Remember, he was born in New York, so he's from America. And other than that, he's also just very well known for his playing style. If you ever watch him, very fascinating player to watch. He's known for his attention to other players, playing styles. I think it all leads, back to the time that he spent in that development program, where he very much learned how to tune in to other players' playing skills and in real time generate the best way to play against a player, and the best offensive tactics to use, which I would love to be in that man's brain while he's on the ice. I feel like that would be a very fascinating place to be, and I feel like I would have whiplash from how many thoughts go through his head and how many plans and plays and everything goes through his head. And along with just playing in the NHL, he would also play in different international leagues. Like I said, he played overseas during the lockout season, but he'd also play in the Winter Olympics, in Worlds, and World's Juniors. Like I said, I can always do an episode just discussing those different playoffs and leagues and stuff that NHL players end up playing. And if you want me to, let me know. And other than his hockey career, he is not currently married, but he does have a girlfriend, and they welcomed their very first child in November of 2020. So very cute, very lovely. And yeah, that is about it for the player profile on Patrick Kane. Very interesting guy. I didn't know anything about him personally or anything about his career. I honestly thought he was still playing with Chicago until I was talking to the hockey princess, and she mentioned that like she still considers Patrick Kane like a Chicago player even though he's not. And in my head I'm like, oh, he's not. Because I didn't want to sound stupid, but he's a very fascinating person to learn about. He's had some hiccups in his public career, but for the most part, for his professional, it's fascinating reading about how different players shape into who they are, and Patrick Kane was no exception. So that is it for today's episode. Not sure what next week's is going to be. I am going to put another poll up on the Instagram page for the show, so just look out for that. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It does help out a lot. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please make sure to give the show a good rating. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's at Hot Girls Learn Hockey. That's where I post highlight reels, polls, updates if the episodes are going to be late or anything like that. You can also follow me on TikTok. It's at HGLHpod, where again, I post, fun little videos and highlight reels and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.